and low priority tickets should be solved within 48 hours. High priority tickets are the tickets which are stopping the client's business. Generally, the tickets in PGI at the time of PGI and invoice will be treated as high priority. The tickets in sales order will be treated as medium priority, sales order and delivery before PGA. And the tickets in inquiry quotation contracts will be treated as low priority. But in SLA, they clearly mention which tickets comes under high priority, which tickets comes under medium priority, and which tickets comes under low priority. So, and we should know about change request. Anything client is asking new for which there is no present configurations, that will treat it as change request. Whenever we get new change request, we'll prepare change request document. We will prepare change request document and send it to core user. So change request document consists of clear description of the change request, uh, expected solution, estimated efforts. In efforts, we'll have functional mandates, technical mandates. So if core user approve that, then only we need to start change request. Whenever support partner gets a new support project, then there will be the support partners management will conduct kickoff meeting. Kickoff meeting. In kickoff meeting, they'll invite all the consultants who are going to involve in this project. So the team size for support project, normal domestic project is 25. Out of that, SD3. So they'll invite all the consultants. In kickoff meeting, they'll discuss about introduction about client, rules and regulations of client, roles and responsibilities of consultants, starting date. So after kickoff meeting, if it is domestic project, all the consultants will go to client's place for KT. If it is foreign client, or each module, one person will go to client's place for KT. But here, domestic project, all consultants will go to client's place for KT purpose. KT means knowledge transfer. So the KT process is consultants will go to client's place, then core users will hand over the configuration document to consultants, then consultant has to go through the configuration document and simultaneously do the system study. After system study, consultant will prepare understanding document, then consultant will give reverse KT to core users. So this is about KT process. And the time period for KT process, 2 weeks. So after KT, consultants will come back and start supporting the client. Make a note. After KT, consultants will come back. After KT, consultants will come back and start supporting the client. After KT, consultants will come back and start supporting the client. Okay, heading support cycle. support cycle. Support cycle. Support cycle. So we'll see how the cycle is in support process. Okay, let me explain first, then I'll give the notes. In day-to-day business, end users will do something in production server. So meanwhile, they may get some errors. So whenever end user will get the error in production server, end user will send a mail to core user. End user will send a mail to core user. Then core user will try to analyze the ticket. Some tickets are user mistakes, so those kind of tickets they'll try to solve. But if it is configuration related, then they will place the ticket in ticketing tool. They'll place the ticket in ticketing tool. We have various ticketing tools available in the market. The purpose of ticketing tool is it will help to track the tickets and its time. It will help to track the tickets and its time. And status. It will help to track the status of the tickets. So the ticketing tools available in the market are Remedy, Peregrine, Radix, Radar, there are many tickets available in the market. You can find it in Google also. You will have demo sessions. Go through the demo session. You will have HP ticketing tool demo session will be available. So go through that demo sessions. Okay. So after, while placing the ticket in ticketing tool, a core user will mention the ticket information, what is the error, and he will attach screenshots, attach documents of screenshots. Then he will mention the priority of the ticket and click on send. So when you click on send, a mail will be sent to consultant, the relevant consultant. In SD, we have 3. The mail will be sent to senior consultant. Then he will distribute the tickets to others according to their availability. So mail will be sent to relevant consultant. Not only that, in consultant system, ticketing tool will be installed. So he will come to know that a new ticket has been assigned. The ticketing tool will be available in the taskbar below. So he will come to know that new ticket has been assigned. So when he open ticketing tool, he can see that new ticket. So consultant will go through the ticket, and if everything, if it is related to SD, suppose SD consultant, when we receive the ticket, if it is related to SD module, sometimes mistakes will happen. So we go through the ticket. If it is to purely SD ticket, then we send acknowledgement within 15 minutes. We send acknowledgement within 15 minutes. So after acknowledgement, we'll start analyzing the ticket. So how we analyze? So first, to analyze, we don't have access to production server, but end user is getting error in production server. We don't have access to production server, so we will have one more server in support scenarios, that is pre-production server. Pre-production server is a mirror image of production server, means same, almost same. So very frequently they will what you call, they will update pre-production server very frequently. So the data will be almost same when compared to production server. So consultants will go to pre-production server and try to do the same. What end user is doing it in production server. So if end user is getting error in production server, then we should also get an error in pre-production server, because pre-production server is a mirror image of production server. So after getting error, then we analyze the error, what is the problem, then go to development server. From pre-production server, we go back to development server, do the necessary configurations. Do the necessary configurations. And system will generate a TR, then transport the TR to quality server with the help of basis, then pre-production server, then send a mail to both core user and end user and ask them to test it, mainly core user. So then core user has to test the error. If it is okay, then he will send confirmation, UAT sign off. We take UAT sign off, then finally move it to production server. So this is a process of ticket cycle. So we have different status of tickets. Open. When you receive the ticket from core user, the status of the ticket is open. After acknowledgement, we'll change the status from open to being processed. If the information provided by user is not sufficient to analyze the ticket, then we send a mail to core user and end user for some more information. We send a mail to core user and end user for some more information. So after sending the mail for some more information, then we'll change the status to waiting for confirmation. Then we will change the status to waiting for confirmation. So after that, when we receive the information, then again we'll change the status to work in progress. After solving the ticket in development server and after transporting it to quality server and pre-production server, we'll send a mail to core user to test it and confirm. Then we'll change the status to waiting for confirmation. So after getting confirmation, then we'll move to production server. Then finally, after moving into production server, then core user will change the status to closed. But we have to follow up on that. But close will be done by core user. We have to follow up on that. So these are the status of tickets. Okay. So this is about the ticket cycle. Now take the notes. Make it in day-to-day business. In day-to-day business, end user will get the error first. In day-to-day business, end user will get the error first. Whenever end user will get the error in production server, whenever end user will get the error in production server, end user will send a mail to core user. End user will send a mail to core user. End user will send a mail to core user. Then core user will try to analyze the ticket. Then core user will try to analyze the ticket. Then core user will try to analyze the ticket. And try to solve the tickets if it is user mistake. And try to solve the ticket if it is user mistake. And try to solve the ticket if it is user mistake. Next line. If it is configuration related ticket, if it is configuration related ticket, then core user, if it is configuration related ticket, then core user will place the ticket. Then core user will place the ticket in ticketing tool. Then core user will place the ticket in ticketing tool. While placing the ticket, while placing the ticket, while placing the ticket, core user will mention the ticket ticket details. Core user will mention the ticket details. and attached documents of screenshots, attached document of error screenshots, attached document of error screenshots, attached documents of error screenshots, and priority of the ticket, and priority of the ticket, and priority of the ticket. When I click on send, when I click on send, when I click on send, a mail will be sent to relevant consultant. Then consultant will open the ticketing tool, then consultant will open the ticketing tool and analyze the ticket, he will open the ticketing tool and analyze the ticket. After analyzing the ticket, consultant has to send acknowledgement. Consultant will send acknowledgement to both core user and end user. Consultant will has to send acknowledgement to both core user and end user. After acknowledgement, see this acknowledgement also we have to send within 15 minutes. Make it 15 to 20 minutes. We have to send acknowledgement within 15 to 20 minutes. Within 15 to 20 minutes. Make a note. After acknowledgement, After acknowledgement, consultant will go to pre-production server. Consultant will go to pre-production server and try to analyze the error. Consultant will go to pre-production server and try to analyze the error. Consultant will go to pre-production server and try to analyze the ticket. After analyzing the ticket, consultant will go to development server. Consultant will go to development server and do the necessary configurations. Then consultant will go to development server, do the necessary configurations, and generate the request. Generate the request, bracket TR, and transport the TR to quality server and pre-production server. Transport the TR to quality server and pre-production server. Quality server and pre-production server. Then send a mail to core user. Consultant will send a mail to core user to test it and confirm. So consultant will send a mail to test it and confirm. Then core user has to test the error. Then core user has to test the error in pre-production server. After testing, if everything is fine, After testing, if everything is fine, then core user will give UAT sign off. If everything is fine, core user will give UAT sign off. Bracket user acceptance test. After receiving UAT sign off, after receiving UAT sign off, after receiving UAT sign off, then core user after receiving UAT sign off, then core user after receiving UAT sign off from core user, then we transport the TR to production server. We transport the TR to production server. And then core user will close the ticket. And then core user will close the ticket. So this is the cycle, support cycle. Make a note, heading, ticketing tools.
So last line core user will
Close the ticket. Core user will close the ticket.
If we are not having pre-production server, then what we will do?
Then we have to do it in quality server. We partition quality server into two partitions, quality server. In one server, we make it as pre-production server. Like we can partition quality server into two. And in one part of quality server, we make it as pre-production server. Okay, ticketing tools. Make a note. Ticketing tool will be purchased by client. 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 The purpose of ticketing tool is it will help to track tickets. It will help to track tickets and its time and status. And its time and status. And its time and status. Next, the ticketing tools available in the market. The ticketing tools available in the market. Remedy, Peregrine, Citrix, Remedy, Peregrine, Citrix, HPQC, HPQC, Radix, Radix, Radar, Radix, Radar. So we have many other tools you can Google, and you will have demo sessions of some of the ticketing tools. Go through that, spend some time on that. Okay. Next heading, status of the tickets. Status of the tickets. When we receive the ticket from core user, the initial status is, when we receive the ticket from core user, the initial status is open. Next line. After sending acknowledgement to core users and end users, bracket work in progress. Next, if the information provided by users is not sufficient, to analyze the ticket. If the information provided by users is not sufficient to analyze the ticket. The information provided by users is not sufficient to analyze the ticket, then we send a mail to core user and end user requesting for some more information. After sending a mail for some more information, then we change the status to waiting for information. After receiving the information, we will again change the status to work in progress. We will again change the status to work in progress. We will again change the status to work in progress. After solving the ticket, next slide. After solving the ticket, we will send a mail to core user to test it and confirm. To test it and confirm. Then we change the status to waiting for confirmation. We change the status to waiting for confirmation. After transporting the request, to production server, then we will ask core user, to close the ticket. We will ask core user to close the ticket. So these are the different status of the tickets. So if the status is in work in progress, then only the time will run. If the status is in work in progress, then only the time will run. Make a note. If the status is in work in progress, then only the time will run. If the status is in work in progress, then only the time will run. So total 5 status. If it is in work in progress, then only the time will run. In other status, the time will stop. Make a note. Next, functional consultant's role in weekly meeting. 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 So we have to take all the tickets in Excel which are not yet closed and go to meeting and explain a one by one ticket. What is the status of the ticket? So that is our role. Make a note. We have to take all the tickets in Excel which are not yet closed. We have to take all the tickets in Excel which are not yet closed. We have to take all the tickets in Excel which are not yet closed. And go to meeting. Go to meeting and explain one by one ticket and explain the tickets. Sorry, and explain the status of the tickets. And explain the status of the tickets to project manager. And explain the status of the tickets to project manager. So this is about support scenario. Okay, so Monday we'll start tables and fields for 2-3 days. Then we'll go to actual subject. So Monday onwards we'll start tables and fields. So today we
They
can
will ask.
start. Monday we'll start tables and fields.
Sir, if they will ask, what are your roles and responsibilities in support project?
See, that is what we discussed. Handling the tickets raised by the client.
Okay. Point, sir. 5-6 point.
Sir, in pre-production server, we can do debugging, sir. With the help of debugging only, we can analyze the tickets.
That is the only responsibility. Handling the tickets raised by the client or solving the tickets raised by the client. And internally attending the weekly meetings. That's
Sir, in pre-production server also, we can do debugging, sir, to analyze the ticket.
you can do debugging. In pre-production also you can do debugging.
Okay.
Sir,
Yes.
in support cycle, sir, every time when we are getting errors, sir, we have to take the UAT sign from core user, sir, every time, sir.
Yes. It's a process. Core
Okay,
user has to
okay,
test it, then we have to take UAT sign off, then only move it to even
sir, no voice, sir.
request. He will ask for UAT.
Your voice is not coming.
Sir, no voice.
There is a problem with voice. Okay, Monday we'll continue with tables and fields for 2-3 days. Okay, thank you everyone.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.